My name is Bob Henderson Jr. I'm the older brother of Britt Thomas Henderson, and I'd like to share with you what it was like growing up with a special needs brother like Britt, and I'm very grateful for him. January 9, 1961, Britt Thomas Henderson entered the world at St. Thomas Hospital here in Nashville, Tennessee. But from the start, his life path would be an uphill battle, ending too early April 2nd, 1994, at the age of 33. In addition to his learning disability, he was born with a cleft lip, a cleft palate, multiple hernias, and full-auric stenosis. His childhood consisted of multiple injuries to his fingers and toes and at least one ingestion of sink cleaner when he was a toddler. What was it like growing up with a brother like Britt? Well, here's part of what my family had to say. My Uncle Blake remembered him as a pure soul. His Aunt Ruby said he was really smart. Our cousin Becky remembers him as a very sweet and loving boy with a great sense of humor. He seemed to feel deeply and have a lot of sympathy. He was mostly cheerful, but he wasn't a pushover. But the best description I've heard came from my sister Carol, which mirrored my own experience and perception of Britt as well. And I quote, "Growing up with Britt, well, as big sister, the honest short answer is this. My little brothers were both equally annoying. And I say that in full big sis love. What that also says is that I don't remember feeling especially aware that my brother Britt was so different from the rest of us Henderson kids, although to be certain he was. For the most part, however, my childhood point of view, Britt was just one of my three brothers. I do remember Mom always taking him to this or that therapist, doctor, special class, etc. What stands out in my memory of Britt was his deep, unaffected love for all of his family, his startlingly witty sense of humor, and his uncanny ability to cut through the crap and make a single zing statement that would stop us in our tracks to respond with wonder. Well, yes, Britt, you're exactly right. That's exactly what it is, whatever the it situation was. Ironically, it was often quite painful for me to watch Britt struggle to express himself, especially when describing or attempting to explain ideas and experiences. I was on occasion aware of some of the frustrations and heartaches that were a daily part of my parents' lives as they sought for Britt help, education, answers at a time when little was available. Yet Mom and Dad, to their great credit, gave us a childhood that I look back on as truly idyllic, even as I can confirm each tragedy, chaotic event, and heartache which stand on our timeline. Certainly Britt gave me a soft heart of compassion for the mentally challenged. I don't remember as a child being embarrassed of him, and no doubt my parents were my original model for that acceptance. I do know that as I grew older, I grew less and less patient with him, busy living my own self-centered teenage and young adult life. This, of course, is my great regret, that I did not take more time to spend with him, particularly in our young adult lives. But Britt's capacity for love and forgiveness always triumphed my own shortcomings, and thus has left me striving to be better. Eternally humbling is the fact that Britt taught me the deepest lesson about life, love, family, and especially God in his dying. But that's a story for another day. The special person who is Britt Henderson is to this day regularly quoted by my family of hilarious Brittisms, as we call it. He left our family a legacy of laughter ultimately. His struggle, his love, and his humor will remain part of me always. I love you, baby brother Britt. Carol Henderson Hewitt. Beyond the legacy of love left behind are two living testimonials to Britt's life which my parents Bobby and Carol Henderson established. The Curry Ingram Academy, formerly the Westminster School, and the Britt Henderson Training Center series at the Vanderbilt Kennedy Center. They made Britt's life an eternal gift for thousands to benefit from. The following short video is a personal look at Britt Henderson. He always longed to perform, so I give you Britt Henderson.